Well, how many of you love school? Love school? Well, today our story takes place about 4 children who kind of love school. So, first, I want to introduce you to their teacher. Their teacher's name was Mrs. Hockenstock. Now, Mrs. Hockenstock was the art teacher. She had an amazing way of teaching art to young people who maybe wanted to learn art and maybe did not. Well, one morning she came in and began to set up her classroom for class. Not long after beginning to set up, Susie came down to school. Now, Susie is a really quiet girl. She's very shy. She cries easily, and she just likes to stick to herself. She has her favorite little teddy bear, her nice little blankie, and she simply walks in and headed over to her seat. Mrs. Hockenstock saw her come in and went and greeted her.
Good morning, Susie.
But Susie just sat by herself there in her chair. Now, there was also Joey. Now, Joey, he was the teacher's pet. He always had a gift for his teacher every single day.
Teacher, teacher. Joey, what I brought you, teacher? Oh, Joey, thank you. And how's your pizza do? Oh, thank you. I look forward to eating it at lunch. Thank you. Take a seat, Joey.
Joey was the brainy type. He always finished all of his assignments on time and was constantly working at homework, trying to get the best grade possible. Third, there was Margaret. Now, Margaret was special in her own sense. Margaret loved everything girly. Whether it was makeup, perfume, foo-foo, or whatever the case may be, Margaret loved it.
Good morning, Margaret. Good morning. New perfume, Margaret? Yes.
Last but not least, just before the bell rang, there was, of course, Bucky. Now, Bucky, you had to know him in order to know what Bucky was really like. Bucky was special. See, Bucky didn't always take his medicine.
Good morning, Bucky. Bucky. Oh, really? Margaret? Be nice. I'm just helping out. Susie, please stop crying.
They all sat down, the buzzer rang, and it was time for roll call.
All right. Margaret? Here. Joey? Here. Bucky? Susie? Good, everyone's here. All right. Today, I want you to draw a picture of your most favorite memory of your summer vacation. All right, class?
So they all began to work on their lessons. They began to draw. Margaret, in between drawing, was constantly checking her text messages behind Mrs. Hockenstock's back, of course. Susie was kind of sitting by herself, carefully drawing. Joey, he was working on a masterpiece. He was constantly asking Mrs. Hockenstock to deliver it.
Look, teacher, how's that look?
That looks wonderful, Joey. Bucky, be nice.
And of course, then there was Bucky, who didn't like to use his desk. He preferred the floor.
furniture. That's nice, Bucky.
As they finished up their art projects, she had them pass them all in so that she could grade them later.
All right, class. Let me have your art projects, please. Oh, good job, Bucky. Oh, Joey, that's wonderful. Thank you. Good job, Margaret. Oh, Susie.
It was then that Joey noticed the box sitting on Mrs. Hockenstock's desk.
Look at a box.
Yes.
He raised his hand and called, "Teacher, teacher."
Teacher, teacher.
Yes, Joey.
What's that box?
Well, remember a couple weeks ago? Well, yes, a couple weeks ago. I told you how I had a special something that was going to come to the school to show all of you.
Yes.
Margaret, put down the mirror. Bucky, get the crayon out of your mouth, young man.
You guys.
All right, Margaret. Put it up. Okay, listen.
As he sat there, wondering what to do with the class, Joey jumped up and came running over and said, "Mrs. Hockenstock, would you like me to open your box for you?"
Mrs. Hockenstock, can I open that for you?
Of course, Joey.
Okay.
Do you have your knife?
I do.
Careful, don't cut yourself. Good job. Bucky, what are you doing? That is disgusting. All right, sit down now. These are going to be orange. Bucky, give me the crayons. All right, class.
They all waited with anticipation as Mrs. Hockenstock began to open the box. She would soon reveal the very special book.
Now, this is a very, very special book. It means a lot to me. It was sent from my mother. And she wanted all of you to enjoy it.
She sat down and began to untie the ribbon and open the book. They all scooted closer to the front of the classroom. Just as she opened the cover, the bell rang for recess.
All right, class, recess.
And off we all went to play at recess.
Have fun.
Joey, of course, the teacher's pet, always took time to arrange.
Thank you, Joey.
Out we went to play at recess. As they were playing at recess, curiosity got the best of Susie. She snuck away from recess and came back in. She came up and began to look through the very special book. As she was looking through the very special book, Joey decided to sneak back in too. He came in, snuck up behind Susie. Boom! Susie began to cry. The book! Joey looked down and saw the book. What could have happened? Oh no!
What happened to the book?
Susie was crying. Joey didn't know what to do. Joey said, "Susie, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll fix it.
He said, "I have a plan.
I got a
plan. We're gonna fix it."
We'll get it. Oh, we'll get it.
found some tape, they found some glue, and they began to fix the very special book. They taped, they glued, they taped some more in an effort to fix the book. Finally, they got some tape on the last page. Closed it up. Joey said, look, it's as good as new.
Look, it looks good as new, brand new.
And off they ran out of the classroom. They joined everyone else once again out of the playground. Just as they got back, the bell rang for them all to come back in.